sunny out. I made it. The only really weird thing is when I went in to register, it said that there wasn't anybody on duty and just go to your site if you're already registered. And I mean, it had my name on the thing here, so I'm sure we're good. But yeah, it's a nice little area. Nothing fancy, no camp rings or anything like that. But I guess I'll go ahead and get set up there. So here's another issue on weird human behavior. So the path that they have that goes up here ends here and goes around to make your way to the other side, so you're not stepping on the dunes and whatnot. But everybody has pretty much just ignored that. Fun human stuff. So I got back from the beach, took a shower, wandering around the camp, the camp store here. I was gonna check out, but apparently they close at 3, which is before I got here. So I guess I'll check in tomorrow. Got the inlet right over here, so I think I'm just gonna sit back and just watch some water for a little bit. Go back over to my campsite, get my steak ready for dinner. So back at the campsite, and this little guy, I don't know if I've even talked about this one yet. So last week, well, maybe a week and a half, I put this together from scrap. Just had some scrap metal lying around, threw it together. Worked out pretty good. The real trick was just getting the things that were zinc plated de-zinced. Basically put them in a vat of acid for a little bit. But it works. I do have trouble with it starting every now and again. I think I need to get the intake a little bit bigger for the air. But other than that, it is functional. I did make a little attachment that I'll use in the morning here for propane, so I don't have to use charcoal all the time. This campsite has no fire rings, so you have to have an enclosed grill. So, so far so good. Alright, so full disclosure there, I ended up having to switch to the propane. You can see the tube that's coming off of there. I just couldn't get the charcoal to keep lit, so now it's kind of doing a hybrid thing here. It's just about done now. Got my corn and my steak. I really didn't think of anything else besides potato chips. Got some marshmallows that I'll do this evening, and maybe walk back over to the beach and just sit down in the sand at night. Alright, not quite quiet hours yet, but I'm in my tent, getting ready for bed. Got my Ryobi fan and battery charger. It's a Coleman 2-person pop-up tent. This is the second one I got off of Amazon because the first one just kind of snapped for no apparent reason. So I don't see a reason for this one to snap. So it should be fine. But yeah, it's a little bit more roomier when I don't have the air mattress in. I've instead brought my king-size folded memory foam. But my brother's been using it for a couple of years now. He bought it for specifically camping, and he made a fuss about me taking it. It's mine. But I guess we'll see what we do tomorrow.
So just got up making breakfast. One thing I definitely need to make sure to do today is get some bug spray. getting eaten up pretty bad by some of these tiny little bugs, and some of them are small enough to get through the screening on the tent, so it's not super great. I also forgot my can opener. I made it through, so we'll get some corned beef hash this morning.
So, I'm at Rehoboth Beach today. Tried this milk tea bubble tea. Not particularly great, I'll be honest. Definitely something that people that like coffee want. It's like watered down latte, to be honest. And then you gotta like suck on the, little tapioca pellets they got in there. I'm not exactly sure, they really don't have a flavor. Wasn't necessarily planning to swim or anything today, just kind of just hanging out on the beach, checking out the boardwalk. Rehoboth's parking situation is kind of weird, but it's a little bit easier than I thought. I thought I was going to have to go in and get a parking permit, but that's mostly just for like visitors and such. Just use little kiosks next to all the metered parking spaces. It is a little expensive. Starting 10 a.m. it's $3 an hour until whatever time they close that at. I think it's like 8 p.m. maybe 10 p.m. But I am sitting around here until 1 p.m. I got 2 hours of free parking because I got here at 8. And yeah, just gonna walk around. So it was kind of funny that the show Steven Universe is kind of based off of this area. Technically, like, if the house existed, it would be up on those rocks right here. But there's no mountain. Yeah, Rehoboth Beach is, what the name is that? That's Beach City. Ironically, the mayor of that town is Mayor Dewey, and Dewey Beach is just a little bit further down. And then you have Ocean City, which I guess is supposed to be Ocean Town, their rival city, so it's always fun. There's a guy back there doing kite choreography. He's got a little boom box next to him and he's making it move to the music. Oh, now my face is in the way. So I'm back from Rehoboth, back at the campsites. Got some ice and lemonade at the camp store. Finally let somebody at the gate know that I was actually here, so I actually got the car tag. Still a little awkward, but besides that, unfortunately they didn't have any hot dog buns or anything. I don't even think they had ketchup. But probably head out to the beach. Probably won't film anything. So today I'm heading out to Ocean City. It's been interesting so far. Two things I realized. There's so much humidity. As nice it is having the screen top on the tent, went ahead and put my tarp on top of the tent. That way, A, in the evening it shades me a bit, and then B, like, you can actually see all the dew that's sitting on top of the tarp that would have gone into the tent if I hadn't put it on, so that's something. The fan that I'm running, I'm charging up the battery for that, so I'm not sweltering in my tents. But for whatever reason, the plug that I had for some of the stuff back there, one of the two wires is not working, so I'm going to have to figure out a different wiring solution later for other trips or whatever I take. Plus I definitely need to cool that back. Because of the temperature of the, temperature of the outside's fine. Temperature that it heats up in the car, it's just like chilling the sodas at the temperature that it would have been anyway, so. But off to Ocean City. Alright, I feel a little misled. I'm here now. But what I read online was, for whatever reason, it said $10 a day for parking. and it's like $3 to $3.50 an hour. So needless to say, I'm only going to be here until about 4. So a lot of the stands are the same. A lot of random souvenir stuff, bodyboards. A lot of that Poppy Playtime, Pokemon's a lot of stuff right now. I guess all these YouTubers are doing card unboxings and whatnot. So it'll come in super handy if I ever figure out a way to actually cool the inside of this place. Because at the moment it's like 105 degrees. I had to take a break, put a shirt in the window there, took my shirt off. Was having one issue because I really haven't had my shirt off this whole trip. It's been kind of mediocre. I went to the Hammerhead Bar and Grill. Everything out here is just made for like groups. So I was the only guy in a table that was made for like 6. Granted, I was like one of the only 2 people there anyway. There was like a couple out at the bar. So, I mean, it wasn't too bad, but at the same time, prices for everything are just outrageous. I went to an arcade. I loaded $20 on one of the cards, because there was a couple claw machines out front that I wanted to do. And even though they had the slider for the cards, those machines would only take cash for whatever reason. Like the card readers just weren't enabled. So, kind of feel ripped off on that one. Spent $20 doing one of those cut a rope games where, I mean, it was on the card, not like I could get it refunded. They got some kind of Jeep event going on. So it never occurred to me that these slingshots use just a giant array of springs. I mean, it's all steel cables, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So I debated going on the Ferris wheel there. Just a little too expensive for me right now. I think I've spent too much money. I think the last thing I'm going to do here is get some saltwater taffy, but about that, I think I'm done. So yeah, that would have cost me at least $8. And I'm already running on fumes as it is. Yet it did occur to me, one other weird thing about this beach compared to the other ones I've been on this week is there's no dunes. Everything's just flat, straight up to the dock. Yeah, it's another bright day, that's for sure. The only downside that I've had so far walking around today is my leg has been acting up again. It's more around the hip area. I definitely have to lose a little bit more weight there. Kind of been putting it off. Just been having a rough couple months technically. Was good to get out. I'll probably head back to the campsite and go swimming for the last 3 hours of the day. But all in all, it's been a great vacation. It just sucks that I'm going to end up having to pay for it over the next couple weeks. Financially, not physically. I guess for me, this vacation kind of pushes some stuff into perspective. The amount of like small businesses is just slowly declining. You'll find more and more of these like big name establishments, and even things that don't look like they're big name. Like, if it's not bad enough that you have candy factories and sensations everywhere, around here you get a lot of places like Cool Topics, and there's a chain of mini golf courses called Nick's Mini Golf out here. And it's really bizarre because it's like every couple miles you see a different one. So for me, if I were to come back here knowing what I know now, I think for the most part I will try to keep everything more on the beach side of things and the camping side of things than the actual in-town doing stuff. That being said, I'd still like to do like mini golf, maybe kayaking, stuff like that. Maybe even go to at least one arcade. But arcades nowadays, I mean, there's really not much there for me. I mean, I like doing crane games, but they're getting worse and worse. I had played one earlier where it was obviously nobody was intended to win it. Xbox, whatever the new Xbox is, or PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5. I can't remember which one it was, but the crane actually had picked it up. It got all the way to the top, dropped it. So that is something I didn't win. And then, like the arcade that I was talking about earlier, where the prizes that I wanted to play were out front, cash only. But it never actually said that. It's just none of the card readers outside worked.
So it's the last day. Already packed up my tent. I don't know. It was fun. It was. But I have a hard time relaxing, and I think that's the problem. Just sitting and doing nothing. But I need that. So I'm debating whether or not to just go home early. I mean, I gotta deal with the traffic. I mean, it's gonna be at least 3.5 hours anyway, so. But yeah. I mean, I don't regret anything. It's just kinda like meh. I don't know. Everything was fun. It was expensive. I think that's the other problem. Everything's a little bit above my pay grade. So I think what I need to do is I just need to get healthy. So I'm gonna try to do this once a year at the very least. Maybe try something every 6 months. Granted, in the winter that's gonna be a little difficult, so I'll have to work around a schedule. So, but the sun's coming up. I got some Spam. Just got to pack up a couple more things, and then I think I'll just roll out.